Hello students and welcome. Today we are going to be looking at modal verbs, and today I'm going to start with a definition, okay? This definition is from Cambridge English Grammar Today. Modality is about a speaker's or writer's attitudes towards the world. A speaker or writer can express certainty, possibility, willingness, obligation, necessity, and ability by using modal words and expressions. Why am I reading this definition? Basically because if we consider this definition, we can see that modality or modal verbs are more connected to semantics, to the meaning of words, than with other grammatical categories like word classes or syntaxes. Therefore, modal verbs are defined more for what they express than for the way we use them. And this is going to explain why we are going to see some different verbs or expressions that are used in different ways in terms of grammar, but they have more or less the same similar meanings. Okay, so that's why now I'm going to introduce all the modal verbs that we are going to see in this unit, but I'm going to start just defining them, but what they mean, okay? And often, if we add not to a modal verb, it may change the meaning of that verb. Not much, just a little bit, but it may change the meaning somehow. Let's start with can. Can be used to express ability, like in everybody can learn a foreign language, or we can use it to make a request, to ask for something. Can I come to your party? It can be also used to express a possibility. You can win a prize if you participate in our show. Now, can't in negative is used to express strong disbelief. This is too strange. It can't be true. Okay? Be able to is a periphrasis, is an expression that it's also used to express ability. It's similar to can. One day I will be able to speak English perfectly. It's often referred to as the future of can, because can cannot be combined with will. So if we want to express can in the future, we say I will be able to do something in the future. Like I will be able to speak English perfectly in the future. Must is used either to express an obligation, you must use blue or black pen for the exam, or a strong belief, okay, that you really think something is true. This must be wrong. I'm sure I had 10 in this test. Mustn't in the negative, it's a bit stronger. It's used to express prohibition. You mustn't drink before you are 18. Have to and need to have a similar meaning to must. They can express obligation, like in you have to or you need to pay the end of your dinner, or necessity. Teenagers have to or need to sleep more than adults. If we use don't have to or don't need to in the negative, it expresses lacks of necessity. We use it to talk about something that we don't need. You don't have to come to the museum. It's an optional visit. I wanted to clarify here that this needn't is an expression that means exactly the same than don't need to, and is often used in British English. So instead of saying you don't have to come to the museum, you can say you needn't come to the museum. Okay? Probably an American wouldn't ever say that. It's more British. Should and ought to. They are basically the same. They can have some very small differences in some contexts, but for the purpose of this unit, we can interchange them. So advice. If he really wants to be fit, he ought to go to the gym. He should or ought to start going to the gym. May is used to express possibility. I may get a job in the swimming pool this summer. Or like can, it can be used to ask questions or ask for things to request something. May I ask you a question? Might is very similar to may, but generally the possibility is less certain. I might get a job in a swimming pool in the summer, but it's not so easy. There are many applicants. Okay, so may and might are very similar. They both express possibility, but might is a bit less certain. And finally, here we have could, that is sometimes also used as the past of can, so it can express an ability in the past. I could eat tons of jelly beans when I was a little kid. Now I can't. Possibility. In this case, it's less certain than can. You could pass the course if you start walking today. And you can also use it to make requests, and it's quite polite. Could I have your phone number? Okay, and now here we have the first two questions. You can pause the video if you need to. And remember, in question 1, you have to find 3 modal verbs used to express possibility. And in question 2, you have to tell me what's the difference between should and ought to. Once you're ready, we can continue. Now, let's have a look at the different use of these expressions. Most of them, we have said that modal verbs are defined by their meaning, but as we probably have seen in previous years, most of them have some specific grammar rules that are very, very easy, and we know them already. We know how to use will, we know how to use can, etc. So they are used exactly like will, which is a type of modal verb, in fact. So we use the modal verb, and then we add the verb in the base form. For example, let's use should as an example. An affirmative sentence. I should eat more vegetables. Negative. We just add not. I should not or I shouldn't eat so much sugar. Questions. We start with the modal verb. Should I eat healthier? And now, from the verbs that we are studying in this unit, these are the ones that we are going to use with these rules. Can, could, must, should, ought to, needn't, may, and might. Okay? Now, have to and need to, they are used like any other verb. In the present simple, we use do or does to make negative and interrogative sentence. You don't have to or you don't need to do that. Do I have to? Do I need to come? Okay? Exactly like any other verb, except that they have this to. And then be able to is a periphrasis. It's an expression that is composed by this word able to, that means capaz de. Able means capaz, able to, capaz de. And it's normally, as I've mentioned before, used to express the future of can, but it can be used in any tense with the verb to be. He will be able to lift 150 kilos with 6 months of training. He was able to lift 100 kilos. Now he can't. He's able to lift 150 kilos and more. Okay? And here we have the last question for this video. Are all modal verbs used with these same grammatical rules? Give examples. So you can pause the video if you need to and find if all modal verbs are used with the same grammatical rules or not. That's all. Thank you very much, and I'm going to see you in the next lesson.